Hey everyone, my name is Keyshawn Cornish, and I'm a Cat2 mountain bike racer here in the North Carolina South Carolina region. And in this video, I'll be going over a quick commentary on a race we had this past weekend. In this video, I'll be going over the first two laps of the race and kind of just explaining my strategy going in and basically where I went wrong, what costed me that mid-pack position that I was in. Going in, we had a quick little scuffle up on the start line. It looks like someone just clipped someone bars and went down. The kid that fell, he's alright. He actually came back and passed me up here in a little bit, as you'll see. On the left there. So, my strategy going into this race was to not start too hard. Kind of maintain my energy, my exertion level, so I could basically finish strong and actually finish mid-pack like I've been aiming for since the series started. We had about 32 guys in our class, I believe. I can't quite remember, but mid-pack would have put me right around 15th, 14th place or so. Unfortunately, I did not do that. Had a couple mishaps in the race, where I basically blew up on lap 3, which is why I'm only showing you lap 1 and 2. So, the short track course starts out pretty quick. Once you dip into the woods, it's kind of a downhill for quite a while, not a lot of pedaling. The guys with a lot of skill can kind of push through that pretty well. You can see Kevin Hames up in front of me. He's a local racer as well. Last week I was actually able to keep up with him. I kind of hang on his wheel. We traded places back and forth throughout the race, but this race he got me. You know, I went too hard and I popped, and he kept it consistent. So congrats, Kevin, on taking those spots ahead of me. So as we're coming down in this first lap here. My whole idea was to keep it consistent, stay with the group, and kind of try to pace with Kevin right here in front of me in the checkered highlighter jersey there. But the lap 1 and 2 went well. I paced a bit well, but my downfall, really what happened was I pushed a little bit too hard. I tried to go for too quick of a lap time, which is around the 4:30, 4:40s, which my first lap was around a 4:40. For me, that's too fast. There's some guys out here that can maintain that, and more power to them. But I found in this series, my sweet spot is around 5 minutes, between 5 minutes and 5 minutes 10 seconds. And if I would have planned a bit better, scaled back on my exertion there, I would have been able to kind of keep up. But I'll show you here in a little bit where I kind of messed it all up, where I pushed it a little bit too hard and I should have scaled back, hopped on somebody's wheel sooner, and just walked my way through that first lap. As we're coming up on this section here, at this 180 here, this bermed 180, this is a popular spot where we have a lot of hecklers. It's always a good time. Coming up through this section here, it's kind of a little downhill back into another little uphill kicker through some rocks, as you'll see right here. And coming up here, there's a couple rock drops. You see there's a line you could take. You'll see I kind of messed it up. I took the jump. If you go right and stay flat, that's actually faster. And as you can see, Kevin pulls away from me because I messed that up. I kind of just made a split-second decision, and I screwed that bad boy up. This next section here is a popular part of the course. We call it A-line, B-line. B-line is the longer, flatter line that I took each lap of this race. A-line, if you look to the right, you see some guys climbing next to me. It goes up through some rocks, and that's it could be faster if you're going to pass someone, but hey, it's your choice. So this little gravel road climb here, this is a very, very highly contested section where you see a lot of guys will put the power down and make up some time. Unfortunately, this is where I popped. This is where I pushed a little bit too hard. On lap two, I should have kind of scaled it back and kind of settled in, got up to speed a little bit, easier. You can see the best dressed guy with the Hawaiian shirt passing me on the left is pretty cool. But yeah, that's one issue I had there was just pacing coming up that fire road and coming up through this pavement here. The second lap I just did not handle it very well, and I just blew too hard, and you can see my heart rate actually pops up to 180 there, as you can see on the bottom left. I found that in this race, and with my current level of fitness, once I get up into that 185 plus mark, it becomes a bit unsustainable for long periods of time. So for the duration of this race, I actually had trouble keeping it, 180 and under. And for some reason today, I felt like I didn't have the power. Everyone else said I looked real strong, but it was just one of those days where I felt like I couldn't put the power down. All right, so coming into lap two here, you see I jumped in front of Kevin. My idea was get in front of him, put a bit of distance on him, and hopefully have that distance stick. But unfortunately, I got a little overzealous and a little too high, a little too punchy, and I pushed it a little too hard. And unfortunately, that contributed to me kind of screwing that up. Kevin actually comes back later in the lap and passes me because, coming up on that third lap is when it all kind of went downhill for me. I began unraveling, rookie mistake. I just pushed too hard too early. Got a little excited. It was the last race. I just so many things going through your head in these races. You could replay it for hours. But basically, that's what happened. Yeah, the second lap here, I'm still putting some distance on Kevin. Like I said, which I should have slowed down, but I didn't. I take it easy. I'm pushing pretty consistently at the time, I think. And as you can see up ahead there, the Hawaiian shirt guy, that thing is awesome. I actually spoke to him during the after the race, and he's a cyclocross guy, and this was his very first mountain bike race. I hope to see him back. He invited me to some cyclocross races this coming winter, and I'm down. I'd love to give it a shot. So, back on this section of the trail here, at this part of the trail, it starts to kind of go up a little bit. Now, there's not a whole lot of elevation changes on this trail, but when you're maxed out, your heart rate, any little climb you have to do, it hurts. You feel it. So at this point, generally, is when I'm feeling it after that, trying to hurry down that little first section. So I come around this right-hander here. And this little rock garden here is a pretty cool spot. It's fairly easy. Just, pop that front wheel up a little bit and get over that. And then this little stretch here, which I should have been putting the power down, but, once your heart rate's already high, you're feeling it, you're kind of you're pegging it there. I should have been putting more power down in that section, so I come through this berm. I would say at this point, coming up through this section here, this is the start of where I kind of messed up. I was already, heart rate over 180. I should have been kind of relaxing a bit more, just kind of regulating that level of exertion here. But coming up to this section here, the A line, B line that I touched on earlier. And of course, I went beeline just to keep it consistent, keep it steady. I pushed a little hard up this little hill there to catch up with my buddy up front there. But as you can see, my heart rate is already climbing. It's already at that 184, 185 mark. And at that point, I am feeling cooked, and it's embarrassing, because it's only lap 2. Rookie mistake. I popped myself on the gravel road on lap 2, and this is when I'm suffering. You might even could hear me panting just because I'm feeling it at this point, and I'm thinking, why did I push so hard in the beginning? Why did I try to go for that 430, that 440 lap time? Why didn't I stick with my, what I know I could do, what I know I could maintain? But you live and you learn. You could see at this point I'm feeling it so bad I couldn't even hop onto that guy's wheel there. I should have jumped on his wheel and had him pull me through the finish line, because even in a cross country race, short track race, that little bit of draft will help. But like I said, at that point, I was really feeling it, coming across this finish line. My heart rate was already over that 180 mark, and it's just you live and you learn. This time next year, I'll likely have some better training put in before I start this race, just so I can maintain that level of effort for a longer period of time. But no big deal. It is what it is. For this last little bit here, I don't have much other commentary to go on, but if you've made it this far, I do appreciate you tuning in. If you do like this, you like these local race formats, I plan on doing more. Just drop a comment down and let me know, and just give you an idea of what an amateur level Cat 2 racer in North Carolina is going through. Some of my training, some of my ideas, my strategies. This year, 2020, I plan to do more of these. So, that's it. That's all I got for you today. I'm gonna let it run out for another, 40 seconds. But as far as this goes, this is the end of my video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my little commentary, and I hope you all have a great day.